Charles Leclerc responds to Mercedes rumours. Charles Leclerc is very unsatisfied with how the 2022 season turned out for Ferrari, and rumours have it that he will leave the team for another top contender anytime soon. He's under contract with Ferrari until 2024, and after that, there is strong speculation that he will join Mercedes and replace Hamilton. This is something that L'Equipe has reported on, and Leclerc has spoken about it to this same medium. So is there a legitimate chance that we'll see Leclerc in a Mercedes? And if so, will this be a wise decision for the Monegasque? The 2022 season was truly a rollercoaster one for Ferrari, but most of the time they were on the downhill side of this ride. The Maranello team struggled a lot with reliability issues, shot calling and strategies, which ultimately cost them the championship in both categories. With that being said, one has to wonder if Leclerc, the main contender for the championship in 2022 alongside Verstappen, is satisfied with how things are currently going in Ferrari. Obviously, he does have a lot to say when it comes to Ferrari and their shot-calling abilities. This cost him a significant number of points in Budapest, Silverstone, Brazil and Monaco. Apart from that, the reliability issues as well as the driver's mistakes in France and in Imola were detrimental to the success of Leclerc, which unfortunately didn't live up to the hype of the media. Ferrari was finally back on track after a lengthy absence. They started the season with 2 wins out of 3 races, with their main rival Red Bull retiring both cars in Bahrain and Verstappen in Australia. That is why the momentum was on Ferrari's side, with the Tifosi being more than happy to finally have a shot at the championship after 2007. But Ferrari being Ferrari, they found a way of gambling away the championship battle and losing it in the following 3 races after Australia. Everything was basically downhill from Australia on, and the only bright moment was in Austria, where Leclerc was able to beat Verstappen by a huge margin on Red Bull's home soil. Apart from that, he was good on Saturdays only, and the tactics that the team implemented against Leclerc were questionable to say the least. Not that they did a better job on Sainz per se, but he wasn't in the championship fight, so experiments could have been made on his name. What doesn't sit right with Leclerc is the fact that Binotto is the one who will continue with the job of a team principal, and when he was asked about the sacking of Binotto, Leclerc decided to not comment and to stay neutral about this situation. In a recent interview, when asked about Binotto and whether he thinks that the team principal will lose the seat, Leclerc said, "I've learned not to think about it and not to comment. But generally, the best approach is for everyone to be on the same wavelength to make the right decisions together. It doesn't necessarily mean changing people, but it's about the way communication works between engineers, which needs to be clearer." After the Silverstone GP, reports said that Leclerc and Binotto were no longer on speaking terms after Leclerc had a legitimate shot to win the race with Verstappen down at P7. However, the team decided not to pit him for new tyres during the safety car, while Sainz, Perez and Hamilton, who were all behind Leclerc, decided to pit for fresh tyres. On top of that, Sainz was given the team order to not pass Leclerc and to defend his position, so that Leclerc will be able to make 10 car lengths ahead of the Spaniard. When Sainz denied this order and decided to pass Leclerc immediately after the restart, the Monegasque lost his position to Perez and Hamilton too. This was the race where Binotto pointed his finger at Leclerc, warning him not to talk about it during the press conference, and reportedly, this was the boiling point of their relationship. So, you have a driver that doesn't want to work for the team principal, and you have a whole team of strategists that just cannot seem to do the job for you, and are always relying on your feedback to do certain things. What is the proper thing to do? You obviously try to build a new team and start from scratch if you want to satisfy the driver. This was also reported by Leo Torini, who also added that if Ferrari were to do this, it would be a mistake because the problems that they are currently facing aren't ones that can be fixed with the replacement of certain staff in the team. When talking about this matter, Torini said, "Change is not a guarantee of victory. Red Bull is behind and our Ferrari still loses anyway." John Elkann will surely point out to Mattia Binotto the 1-2 finish of Mercedes in Brazil. There are a lot of discussions and it is inevitable to be so. The World Championship has been missing from Ferrari for too long, but that would be a mistake. Why? Since 2008, Ferrari has passed from Jean Todt to Stefano Domenicali, from Marco Mattiacci to Maurizio Arrivabene. The result? 0-2, to put it as Jose Mourinho. Even the official statement out of Ferrari is that the rumours that are coming out of the media are unfounded, which means that the team will keep Binotto as the head of the team's operations on the grid. After all, the goal was given to Binotto to bring Ferrari into the winning columns from 2022 on, and that is exactly what Binotto did. The disappointment was due to the fact that Ferrari showed they have a championship car. It's just the reliability issues and the wrong tactics that have messed up Leclerc's legitimate chance to battle Verstappen in the championship. So, one can't help but wonder, is there a chance that Leclerc will leave Ferrari? After all, his contract expires in 2024 with an extension that he signed back in 2021, and while he said later that year that he wanted to extend the deal with Ferrari until 2026, the extension never came. This means that Leclerc is likely to exercise his options beyond Ferrari, given how disappointing the 2022 season was for him. True, he was able to obtain 3 out of his 5 in his career in 2022, but he had 9 pole positions, and the win from pole conversion was very low, at 33%. Now that Mercedes is already looking for a replacement for Hamilton in the following couple of years, it's evident that Leclerc would be the number 1 choice, if he is ever available. Back in 2020, Wolff said that he doesn't mind poaching talents from other teams, pointing out Verstappen and Leclerc as the main ones that he'd like to have in his team if the possibility ever shows up. With how the 2022 season unfolded for Leclerc, rest assured that he will rethink his loyalty and the possibility of driving for Ferrari beyond 2024. The Monegasque was asked by L'Equipe about the possibility of joining Mercedes in 2024, and he was taken aback. However, it's not like he hasn't thought about leaving Ferrari, as he added, 2024 is a long time away and there is still time left at Ferrari. Being at this team has always been my dream. My objective at the moment is to win with Ferrari, and then we'll see. If Leclerc fails to win with Ferrari in the following seasons, which is a true possibility given the fact that the management of the team does need to be rebuilt from scratch, then rest assured that he'll take his talent somewhere else. Leclerc has proven that he can win races and start from pole positions, and while he needs to improve his driving skills and make fewer driver errors, he can do so in another team as well. Ferrari has proven to have a fast engine, and although they've improved reliability compared to the first half of the season, they are still far away from where they would like to be. Obviously, the goal is the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship, something they haven't been able to accomplish since 2007, and although the opportunity was well presented to them in 2022, they just missed it. That is why the team cannot bet forever on Leclerc's loyalty, as this resource is considered a limited one. This means that the Monegasque won't wait forever for Ferrari to become better, and if he receives the chance to drive in a Mercedes, we don't think that he'll consider this offer for too much time, especially if Mercedes proves to be better than Ferrari in 2023 and 2024. Of course, he would have to beat Russell in a Mercedes, with the young Brit managing to beat Hamilton in 2022, a feat that has been accomplished twice in Hamilton's career, in 2007 and 2016. With that being said, do you think that Leclerc can move to Mercedes in the following period? And if so, do you think that this will be a good move for the young Ferrari driver? Let us know in the comments below.